Cassidy and I are in Flamenco Marina in Panama City for the night. It's a little loud and noisy here. They're doing a lot of construction, so hopefully the audio quality is not too bad. But we came through the Panama Canal yesterday in a single day, which is a really cool experience. Shot a ton of video, which we'll have to scrub through, and we'll put together a single episode just dedicated to the canal transit. But in this video, what we wanted to do is just kind of highlight some of the highlights of the experience of our passage from Florida to Panama. It took about 7 days. We left Florida on April 3rd. Cassidy was back home in San Diego because it's a new boat and a long offshore passage, so we didn't want to subject her to being stuck on the boat for 7 days or longer, not knowing how long it was going to take. All in all, it was a pretty good kind of shakedown trip for the new boat. Broke a few things on the boat. We had an issue with one of our air conditioners with a drain that was kind of poorly designed. Our hydraulic line for the head sail further blew out, which, you know, was nice to have a backup system for that, but kind of a pain to deal with. And just got a kind of good handle on how the boat actually handles. Our crew for the trip was Nels and Rudy, two guys that we hadn't actually met until the day before we left the dock. They turned out to be an awesome crew, super helpful, and we learned a lot about sailing from them. And my dad Colin was on board too, and he actually took a couple of watches during the day, so it was a solid crew all around. Caught a whole lot of fish. We ate well on the trip, and the strangest experience was that we got boarded by some people off of the coast of Nicaragua. We had planned to go further offshore, but because of the weather conditions and the way the wind was blowing, we decided to kind of spur of the moment divert course to steer closer to the coast of Nicaragua and the offshore islands, more southerly course, which put us pretty close to the islands near Nicaragua. And we got boarded by these guys that were wearing the uniforms of Nicaraguan military. You're not exactly sure what their deal was, but they didn't appear to have any seamanship training nor military training. They didn't really know what they were doing. Shook us down for some stuff. It was a pretty unpleasant experience, but we ended up okay after it was all over. And we heard that there were some other people that were actually boarded by actual pirates a couple days later. So after hearing that, you know, we came out kind of not too bad for the experience, as unpleasant as it was. So anyway, we kind of put this together, not in chronological order, but just some highlights of the trip, just showing things that happened and just general life on board during the passage. We gotta figure out a way to be able to hear the clicker inside the cabin with the door closed.
Yeah, hook up a camera back here.
Is this the fourth fish of the day?
Yeah. Number 4.
on. We got a bird's nest. Look at that.
Good one.
Massive bird's nest. The fish got slack and then he pulled again. So we're pulling him in by hand. No idea what kind of fish it is. A little Dorado.
First Dorado of the trip.
Little guy.
Should I pitch him or keep him?
I don't know. What do you think? We don't have any fish to eat right now. Want to just keep him?
Sure.
Yeah, we can eat him.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have a problem eating him.
Nice wahoo.
Wahoo!
Fifth species of the trip. Another nice day. No problem.
Transferring
Vámonos,
diesel.
amigos.
No,
Adios.
Are we there? Are we at least making way towards Panama, or are we going the wrong
I
way?
think we're going the right way. Slowly. I set the auto on that course.
Okay, good.
We're only going at a mile an hour now.
It's better than nothing. It's better than the wrong
The
way.
wrong way. We're bobbing. No! 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 No, amigo! No! No problemos!
You know, I am.
No! This is universal for handcuffs. That's good. No!
We shut the boat down to pump some grease into the Hundestead prop, which needs grease every 100 hours. Propeller is fully feathered, as far as we know. So we got 17 knots of true wind, 19 knots of apparent wind, and we're moving at a little over 5 knots over ground. It's not bad. No noise, except for the...
Radio. Serious radio.
Wait, what's that thing in the lazarette?
Oh, that's climate control. I don't want to be uncomfortable, but we can't hear it.
Yeah, it's well insulated.
If we look at that meter up there, we know it's running. And if we put our face in front of the AC vent, we get confirmation.
We've got a generator running to provide air conditioning comfort.
Creature.
Creature comforts.
We're also making water, which we should check.
Well, these sailors don't want us to completely shut down all the diesel engines.
16 inches long, like an inch and a half or 2 inches deep.
Inch and a half deep. So yeah, so it's healed over, it's just overflowing over the top of the pan.
The volume of it is very small, and it's interesting. It's a steel pan with some foam and like grip tape over the top of it to keep it quiet. I thought it was like a plastic pan, but it's a steel pan with foam taped to the top.
So we bring this hose up to the bottom of the nipple on the drain, and in 5 minutes, it's got that much condensate in it. So it must be really humid out. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just tie this up over here under the microwave, and periodically we're gonna open the valve and drain it. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll get us to Panama where we can make a proper repair. So this is our air conditioner drain. It's been in place now for a few days and it's draining tons and tons of water. It must be because of the humidity down here in the tropics. Here's a little bit more detail of what we're dealing with. There's a pan right here. It's only about 2 inches tall. And there's a drain on each end of it. There's one drain there. This other drain. It's right here. We pulled this off because when the boat was heeled over downhill, this was overflowing up into the headliner here and then down the wall. So this is our improvised water drain. That's 10 minutes of water with the valve closed down here. Holy. Trying to do. This is our rumline course from where we are into Colon and Panama, and we're debating turning 20 degrees off to get better sailing performance and then having to turn here, and we're not sure whether that is worth it with the conditions down here. It's under 40, so it's getting worse. It's like shifting on us again.
We have to really watch the charts if we choose to do that.
Right, there's a whole lot of hazards in there. We can look at the charts and it'll tell us exactly if that's true or not. We can put the tables up. So the wind speed's dropping progressively every day. So the true wind direction, we don't care so much about. Apparent wind, that's the wind angle right there.
It stays relatively steady.
Yeah, so April 8th, what's that? Is that tonight? No, tomorrow. April 8th at midnight, it looks bad. Right.
but it's still 40 degrees. And then it gets better progressively. Well, right at the end, whatever that green model is, gets worse, but the rest of them are kind of all tracking.
Nothing but gourmet here.
What's on the menu for tonight, Nels?
Got chicken and marsala, rice, broccoli and asparagus.
Awesome.
Yep.
Testing out the gimbal stove. Not healed over too bad today, huh?
No. Pretty moderate in here today.
Looks like it's working pretty good. It's our last night eating on the boat. One more night.
One more night of joy.
Maybe last night under passage.
Maybe. Tomorrow? Probably. It depends on how fast we go. I assume we'll just leave one more.
Join us next time on our adventure going through the Panama Canal. Bye!